What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. um, so it is November 17th and tomorrow will be my first deer hunt of 2023. I've been a little lax this year, been a little busy with work and family things, and just kind of fed up with some of the things I was seeing on public land. It just had me burnt out, to be honest. But um, earlier this summer I passed by an area camping with my son, and it looked interesting to me. So I had put in for earlier in the year some vacation days. Sorry for vehicle traffic on the other side of the road. Um, for a few days before Thanksgiving here, and so about a week ago I started thinking I needed to put a plan together and do a little bit of hunting, regardless. Just get out in the woods and do some hunting for deer. And I started doing a little map scouting of that area that I had saw, and it started looking great, just better and better and better on the map. And so this morning before work, I had marked all the access roads with pins, and I just rode by them to see what was gated, what wasn't, what had access to it, what didn't, see if I saw any people hunting, like vehicles parked to hunt and things like that. And man, I like what I found. So tomorrow morning, plan is to get there and to start covering a lot of ground. It's new property as far as I go. I know nothing about it deer wise. I know it's not a real high density area, but I think it's got a lot more or a lot less hunting pressure than what I've been dealing with. My goal is just to kill any illegal deer. I've been in a rut the last couple of years, and I just need to get get back in the game. So I'm just going to get out there tomorrow morning, start covering ground, scout my tail end off, try to find some really fresh sign, and then I'll have Saturday, Monday, because I can't hunt Sunday, and hopefully by Tuesday, if I hadn't already, I'll have a good idea of what I want to set up on, and see how it goes. But I feel good about it. It's got a lot of habitat diversity, hardwoods, creek drainages, clear cuts, everything that I would look for in an area that would truly interest me to hunt deer. So stick around, this should be good. All right, guys, it's Friday morning. Saturday morning. I got to my first spot that I wanted. Nobody's here. So what we have is, this is a Forest Service road going that way, and it skirts the edge of private for a little ways, and there's a little private kind of back that way. The wind is blowing across like this, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up here in the edge of this clear cut, kind of get the wind in my face or a crosswind just a little, and cut down. There's some SMZs back. Let me get that up here. Back that way, running that way and spreading out into some other clear cuts of different ages. So I'm just going to ease up here, and as soon as it gets daylight enough for me to see, start working my way through that with an emphasis on covering ground. But I want to do it with the wind kind of in my face, and I want to stop in glass when I can see a long ways and pick that area apart. Hunting with a rifle today, so if I can get a good shot, probably any distance I can see in this area, I'll be able to take. I'm really comfortable out to 300 yards with this rifle, so we'll see what happens. All right, I've been working my way down this SMZ between these two clear cuts on both sides of me. Kind of got on a little deer trail. That's great from early in the year. But my wind shifted. Oh, it's not shifted, it's just the way it's going this way. So I had anticipated a wind this way. That's what it was back at the truck. As I got down in here, I just checked my wind again. It's blowing straight out in front of me. So there's a bigger SMZ running that way when I get down here. Most likely I'll have to check at the intersection, but everything that way is probably blown. I heard a guy shoot just a second ago before I started this video about a half a mile that way, so I probably blew some deer that way. What I'll need to do is check the wind, be double sure, and probably work with my way back up that bigger SMZ that'll be running that way, in hopes that I can get on some deer that I haven't blown with my wind. This wind's pulling right down through here, right down this funnel. I thought that it would come up the funnel, And that's just my fault for not understanding the thermal very well. It's a thing I'm going to have to work on, but I'm still in the game. And as far as maybe seeing a deer, right now I'm just covering ground trying to figure out what's here. Let's keep going. There's a balloon down here kind of in this bottom. Usually it's on a little bit of a side of a ridge, but if you know, if you're from my area, I'm not going to say where, but if you know, there's this thing going around in my area. It has been for a long time. People believe that if you find where balloons have dropped, that's where the wind's blowing in the best and you'll kill deer there. People take pictures where their buck kills all the time and post them near a balloon. So just something funny to think about. Not covering ground as fast as I'd like to. This area is super thick. Even this SMZ, I'm in a SMZ now, and it's very, very thick. So I'm gonna get down here and probably find a place to sit for a few minutes and just take a break. Kind of look back up through there, maybe down that way. There's a green field back that way, like a field edge. And I may work my way back to that. On the map, it looks like a field. It could be a food plot, but it's on public. So I don't know. But I'm going to check it out and see what's going on with it. And find a deer sign. Nothing that's going to want me to make me set up on it yet, at least. So I'm probably going to work my way around back up that way. And then if I hadn't found something good, move on to another spot. Well, guys, I'm headed back to the truck. Nothing that I haven't seen anything that makes me want to set up. There's some beautiful areas. There's a spot up here that kind of overlooks a field at a trail crossing or a road crossing with some tracks in it, but they're not enough for me to really want to set up. That'd be a low percentage. It could be a last resort before this hunt's over, but it's just not what I'm interested in. Behind me is another really nice green field. I walked all the way around the edge, saw no trails coming in and out, no scrapes, no rubs, no nothing. Nothing to make me say deer even using it. Why? I don't know. It's kind of far back in here, and it's just not working out. So I'm gonna head back to the truck. Unless I jump a deer between here and there, I'm gonna move to the next spot. Take my shoes off and check. I think I can get a blister. Maybe grab a bite to eat that I have with me, and then move on to the next spot and see what's there. All right, guys, I'm at my second spot, just scouting, and I found a multi-directional rub right there. It's rubbed all the way around the tree, but it looks like it's been rubbed more than once. Once on that side and once on that side. So that's kind of the area I'm in. Creek hub down that way, and then there's some older clear cut thinning back up in those ways where it was clear cutted a few years ago, or kind of thinned real heavily. So keep it easy around, see what I see. Well, thought I'd come and take a break from scouting. I was getting pretty tired. I probably walked 5 or 6 miles through some serious thickets and up ridges and down ridges, and I've just been scouting. Found a bedding area. I don't think the buck's been in it in about 2 weeks, though, 3 weeks. But you know, I'm going to keep that area in mind, and that'll be a spot that when I'm back here, if I come back here next year, which I probably will at some point, if it's say early November or before, I'll probably check that bedding area when I start scouting, just to see if they're in there. So I took a break to come out to this rifle range, just to double check zero on my rifle. No crowd, man. No crowd at all. Nice rifle range. 25, 50, and 100. I like that. The one closer to home that I typically would use, it's just got 100, and you have to bring your own stands. This would be particularly good in this situation if it stays like this, for me to bring my youngest son so he could shoot 25 a lot easier with his 22, 25 yards. So gonna try to figure out a game plan for this afternoon. I don't have anything right now that really interests me a spot, so I'm just gonna have to do some more exploring. All right, guys. I met a guy at the rifle range after the last video, got to talking to him, and he said if I wanted to kill a couple does, he knew a spot. And he also said that they've been coming up this little holler every afternoon. And normally I don't take tips like that just because, you know, that's just not who I am, but I didn't have a better game plan for the afternoon, so I said, the heck with it, let's see what happens. So, like I said, let's see what happens. He says they come around here every afternoon. They come up this holler right here, so we'll find out. Good morning. It's Monday the 20th. Obviously, I didn't get no deer Saturday afternoon. I decided to scrap that whole plan. That was probably one of the lowest deer density areas in the state. I knew that going in. Didn't find what I was looking for to make that worthwhile. So I'm going to reverse that and go to probably one of the highest deer density areas in the state. I've never even laid eyes. Sorry, it's early. I've never even laid eyes on that place. So I've got a little bit longer drive, but I'm going to book it down there, and I've got a couple spots picked out on the map. I'm going to start checking out and just start covering ground and seeing if I can find something super fresh and get set up on it. I'd like to stay the night if I get in on deer and don't kill anything today. I may not, because it's supposed to pour rain tomorrow, so it just depends on what the weather looks like and what I find. Maybe I can get it done today, I don't know. We're going to find out. This place has got 3 to 4 times the deer density according to the state for the last several years. That area versus the area I was just in, so stick around, let's see what happens. Alright guys, it's 6:20 in the morning. I got to my first spot, and of course there was somebody parked there hunting. So I moved up the road a little ways to a little bit different spot, and I'm going to walk in as soon as it gets just cracking daylight enough for me to see to walk without a light. Shooting light, legal shooting light, and start scouting. I came up far enough to get away from him, but there's some other spots right here that kind of look pretty good. And then I'll just go from there. My goal is to scout smart, scout with the wind in my face, watch for fresh sign, try to find something to set up on for the afternoon. But I'd really like to just get a shot at a deer. So if I think I'm right in them, I may slow down and move slow, but the rest of the time I'll just cover ground and see what I can find. If I can cut some real fresh tracks going towards something, you know, I'll probably move that way. This area is supposed to have a lot of deer. I've only seen one coming in here this morning. A little ways from here, saw one cross the road, which actually shocks me. I haven't seen a lot more deer. I guess hopefully they're moving this morning, but we'll see what happens. Stick around. I'll try to get this done today. Well guys, first spot didn't work out. I think that might have been a decent spot closer to the rut. Something to definitely keep in mind for later on down the road, but it's pretty far past the rut in this area, I believe. So I moved on to my second spot. I'm gonna ease in here and see if I can't walk this transition between some thick pines and thick cover and hardwoods and see if I can find some sign. Well, I'm walking back out now. I didn't find anything that would. I found hardly no deer sign actually. One old track and one old rub, or some semi-old rub. That's private. That's private right there. This road is on, like, just on the Forest Service boundary, just past it. So as long as I'm on this road, I'm on Forest Service land, and it goes that way. All that. I've been walking for some time, very slow, just covering ground, but not fast. And man, I'm just not seeing deer sign. I've been looking for places, trying to find maybe trail tracks in the softer dirt where they're crossing, coming out of this grass, coming through these pines. I know there's hardwood back that way, and there's thickets, but there's just nothing coming through. Found an old deer stand. I know at some point somebody thought it was a good spot. It was on the private, but only about 10 feet onto the private. Like one of the old wooden ladder stands. Watching this probably when this whole thing was clear cutted would be my guess at the time, but not anymore. It's just not a, sorry, that almost looks like something like a bullet hole down there in that tree. See that lighter, that one lighter little patch there? Might be. But I'm gonna head back to the vehicle and come up with another plan. Keep moving, try to find something. Covering ground, looking for sign. I'm shocked I'm not finding more. The numbers that they post for this area for the last several years has been 45 plus deer per square mile. So far I've been on hardwood ridges, hardwood bottoms. Now I've walked the edge of this old clear cut with the pines and the grass. All that jazz, and man, I've seen better sign in areas that were a little bit less deer density, but we'll see. We keep moving. Maybe I just ain't got on a minute. All right, guys, I'm heading to a spot that I had originally picked out to be my first spot this morning. Somebody was hunting in here. I decided to come back over here and check it out. It'll be my last spot of the day. I may just hang out till dark because it's getting, you know, it's only an hour and a half till dark. The wind's perfect for it though. If there, you know, there's a front coming in tonight. It's supposed to start raining real hard. Rain pretty hard in the morning and through. I'm not set up for that on this hunt, so I will probably be heading home tonight instead of staying for tomorrow. If the weather was going to be good tomorrow, I'd probably stay and try to find somewhere else to hunt if I didn't kill anything tonight. But let's go see if I can get it done tonight. Wind's coming this way. There's some rubs right back over here and some trails crossing. I passed up those first ones hoping I can get into a better field down here, but it's all grown up like this. So there's a good trail right here and a good trail right back over here. Anything over this way, they're going to hit my wind, or not my wind, but my scent where I cross the road. So let's see what happens. Well, sitting here, it's about an hour before dark, and the wind has switched, and now it's going that way, which is kind of where I figured they're bedding back over in there maybe. So what I'm going to do, there's also trails coming from back up this way, coming in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up and I'm going to work that way, just at a crosswind, I hope. I'm going to work that up, that way, and see what happens. Maybe I'll find some more bedding for another trip, or maybe I'll jump something. I'm just going to do it real slow. I think with the wind going that way right now, I'm probably not going to see something sitting here that I thought I would see. Especially that was right up there's the primary trail I was hoping to pick something off of. So start moving up that way and see what happens. Well, guys, well, so after the last time I turned the camera on, I was kind of working my way around the edge of a thicket, and I hit a place where two trails crossed. I stopped for a minute. I was looking at how they work through that thicket. So I cut. I took one of them. It looked like it was going to take me back to the trail I came in on. I got back in the middle of that thicket with an oak, I started finding a bunch of rubs, and I stopped to put a pin on my mapping app, and sure enough, I'm pretty sure it was a buck blue, and I didn't see him. Don't know if he saw me, probably just heard me. But it's a hell of a place for deer, and he wouldn't have came out my direction anyway, I don't believe. It's just based on what I saw. But it is a place that, if the only time I got to hunt next year in this area bow hunting, that might be something I check out. Just kind of do a circle, see if I see any kind of sign going in there. If I do, I'll have to figure out a good access and get in there. I saw a good climbing tree right in the middle of it. Probably bring him right up on me. Things just don't work out the way you want to sometimes. I'm still struggle busting it on public land, guys. Just trying to find sign, get in on deer, and I'm not finding the sign, and usually by the time I do, it's too late. Found some rubs, found some decent rubs. Most of the stuff around, like if I saw a lot of sign around those rubs, current sign, I'd have gotten all over them, but I didn't. It looked like they made them back like pre-rut, maybe early in October, and then that was it, and they didn't come back to that area. So I've been finding that a lot, where like they use in an area and then it's like they abandon it after that time period, which I can understand. It's just frustrating, but it gives me some ideas for next year. What I found this year will definitely help. I'm not saying my season's over. I'm saying most of those areas are probably blown for at least a little while. I got a pretty good drive ahead of me. Like I said, I was going to stay tonight, but with the weather that's coming in, there's no point. It's going to be too rainy. I mean, I know hunting in the rain's good, but it's going to be raining a lot. So if you watched this whole video, thank you for watching. And like I said, another struggle bus hunting on public land, but I've hunted a couple places I've never been before, and had a blast doing it, and I've learned a lot. And like I said, I found some places that will be #1 spots to check, probably mid-October to early November, that I will be all over next year for sure. Check them out, see if something's there. That spot there would be great for bow hunting, just because if a deer's in there, if you can get in there without him knowing you're there, he's going to come right to you. So once again, guys, if you watch this whole thing, thank you.